Cystocentesis on our female dog patient here. We have some supplies set up. We have a 6 ml syringe to collect our sample. We have a 22 gauge 1.5 inch needle so that it's long enough to penetrate into our bladder. We have a red top tube for our sterile sample, and we have some alcohol to prep our site. So we're going to take a peek at our patient here. We have our assistants here. One assistant is holding our hind limbs, and the other assistant is holding our forelimbs. And we are going to palpate our bladder so we can find our boundaries that we're going to be looking at here. So our bladder starts about right here and goes to about right here. So it's about this big. It's very large. And we're going to use some alcohol to prep our site and just make sure it's relatively clean. Good girl. Good girl, Cricket. So you can see that there is no excessive dirt on her abdomen. When we collect our urine, we are going to put our needle onto our 6 ml syringe, and then we are going to enter at the midline. We're going to stabilize the bladder with our left hand to make sure that it doesn't move. We want to make sure that we're aware of the location of the bladder at all times so we know that we're poking the bladder and not anything else in the abdomen. And when we enter the needle into the abdomen, we want to make sure we're not aspirating until we are in the bladder itself. So we're going to go ahead and stabilize our bladder here and collect our sample. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Craig. And so we have urine in our syringe, so we're going to keep drawing our sample here. And then, good girl. We made sure that we are not aspirating as we withdrew the needle. And we're going to let our sample collect in our red top tube without depressing our plunger. Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and label our tube here with our patient's name and today's date. And if we were going to take longer than half an hour to look at this sample, we would put it in the fridge. And then something that didn't occur, but if we had aspirated back when we were trying to penetrate the bladder and got not urine when we aspirated, we would want to withdraw the syringe and put a new needle on and attempt again. We don't want to redirect in the abdomen itself. So that's how we do a cysto on a patient.